Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over some technical analysis on the S&P 500. We're going to talk about the market in general, and we're going to take a look at a couple of stocks that I'm eyeing to buy, and not necessarily going all in heavy just this yet, but I am starting to build some positions out starting next week, and going to continue to do so over the next couple of weeks, and just hold for a certain little burst, hopefully from them, and just kind of go from there. Okay, so before we get too far into it, remember, not a financial advisor. Make sure you do your own research on everything here. This is not a recommendation to buy. This is just me kind of telling you what I'm doing, but I'm going to give you some reasoning behind why I'm doing that. So S&P 500, we're due for some type of correction. Okay, some type of correction, being that we just kept hitting all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. Nothing just goes up forever, and so we did fall down. I do think that we can potentially fall down lower than where we are, which we're at 66.02. I think 64.28 would be a reasonable bottom for the S&P. In my opinion, if you do fall below that, then you could see potentially, let's see, 61.23, but I think 64.28 is reasonable for us to find some type of bottom. Okay, and if we do fall below that 64.28, then that golden cross is going to signal that we do have some more room for downside for the S&P, which it is what it is. I mean, historically, the stock market does go up long term over time, so definitely be looking to use that as a buying opportunity. Okay, all right, so the first company we're going to take a look at today is Sasol, ticker symbol SSL. We've swung this one several times, and we're going to look to do so again. Okay, I did hit the golden cross breakout indicator somewhere around here whenever it got a little bit over 6, went all the way to 758, fell back down, and it is looking like we could potentially have some type of little spike up from where we are here, but your bottom's looking at 664. We're currently at about 697. Wouldn't be surprised if it popped up and fell back down and kind of came and retested here. But I'm going to kind of keep a really close eye on it. I'm not going to go and just buy right out of the gates. I want to see how it reacts, because on the longer term charts and the daily charts, it does look like we do have some more room for downside to maybe go back into like the mid fives or lower fives, which would be somewhere here. So if it did come somewhere down here, that's where I would really look to come and pounce. But other than that, I'm going to look to see how it reacts here on Monday if it pops its head back up. And if it can maintain that, cool. If not, if it falls back down, then I'll make a decision on, am I going to wait to buy in the fives, or is it making some type of double bottom W-shaped recovery to where I could maybe set a buy somewhere around $7 and then hold until about, I don't know, 8.50. And this one here, guys, I typically just swing trade. I don't hold for a longer term period. However, I do think longer term it could potentially go back to roughly $20, but I like to kind of go in, rinse and repeat this one the way up. You know, buy whenever it's getting kicked in the teeth, and then wait for it to recover, which it typically does. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on that and see what happens. Okay, next one here, guys, is BKKT. BKKT. So currently at $14 roughly, was at about 50. Okay, was right at below $50. All right, and that was back in, let's see, October, sometime in October. Remember the whole thing about Pumptober, 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 crypto's going to go to the moon when it comes to Pumptober? And then all of a sudden things just started really reversing and got really, really ugly. And we started just falling back down here, and they started saying Moonvember, and then Moonvember is not happening, and it's actually broke below a key support line of 1511, so I think it may actually fall down back down to where we started, which was around here, around anywhere from $5 to $8. And roughly somewhere around here is whenever the analyst gave it a buy signal, and then all of a sudden we started rolling. This one here got a sell signal here at November 10th. Okay, the analyst came back and gave a sell signal on November 10th. They were a little bit late given that. So they give that, which is a bearish thing for people coming in to buy this. And so I'm watching this, and I'm really hoping it comes down to anywhere between $5 and $8, because that's where I'm going to start looking at starting my position out. I don't know if that's going to be this week or not, but what the heck is this company? This is basically a company that helps companies kind of integrate software and tech for them to use to purchase cryptocurrency. So basically, I remember, they were integrated into Webull Pay, and they have relationships with companies such as Microsoft and other companies. And so basically, if you see here, guys, this was August, September, and then when things started heating up on rate cuts and everything, this thing just kind of went berserk and had such a nice run up. I mean, from, as you see here, from about $9 all the way to $49. So I'm going to watch it this week, and if we continue to fall, I'm really eyeing and hoping that it hits that 587 mark or somewhere close to that, or if it pops its head back up and finds some support at 15, I'll most likely start my position here. But check this out. We are below that golden cross breakout indicator, which means we would not see it come back above there until it got to about 20 something. So I might look to start nibbling here, and if it gets above that $20 mark, $22 mark, really maybe add some there, or just hold. If I can buy all the way down here in this channel, anywhere from $5 to $15, and then potentially if it starts running back up off of rate cuts and any type of other crypto news, then that's a lot of upside potential. So just kind of keeping an eye on that. So let's take a look at the longer term time frame on this one here, not just the 180-day 4-hour. We'll also take a look at the daily chart, and as you see here, we are close to undervalued, and again, 1511 might be this may be the support that you're looking for, but worst case, in this channel here, anywhere from about $5.67 all the way to $15. But as you see here, we've fallen down pretty dramatically from $49 and some change all the way down to 15. And as you know, crypto has been kind of getting kicked in the teeth recently, so eventually that does find a bottom, and then we start recovering. So this could be potentially where we look to start recovering, so we're going to have to just kind of wait it out and see. So as a bonus, guys, let's take a look at TSLL. We're going to look at the longer term time frame, and as nasty as this thing has looked over the past few days, you could start finding some support here at about, it could go a little bit lower, but at about $14, and then keep an eye on it to come back. And if we get above 1872, then we should start to see it start recovering and moving. If we get announcement of some type of rate cuts or any type of bullish news for Tesla, then this is obviously going to move up, because Tesla is going to move up with it, and it basically just follows Tesla is what it does. So the crappy part is Tesla has been kind of getting knocked around a little recently, and so, but it is what it is. I mean, Tesla's a really aggressive moving stock, up or down. So Tesla, we need to get back up to about 440 in order to get me really excited again. And as you see here, we just kind of like bounced around, and eventually just poof, fell back down. So we're finding a little bit of support down here around the 390 level, but we really need to bounce back up and come and get through and above 400 again in order for us to start really moving on TSLL again. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you in this one. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.